Hello, I'm back again, studying for the Ohio Assessment for Educators test for the English Language Arts portion of it. And we are going to be working on subcompetency number 2.3, and that is to identify the main idea, purpose, and intended audience of an informational text. So for this subcompetency, you'll need to be able to identify the main idea and the purpose of excerpts from informational text. Um, you'll have to be able to identify who the intended audiences are, and you'll also um, the test will also include excerpts with implicitly stated main ideas as well as explicitly stated main ideas. And the purposes of the excerpted text will include telling readers about an issue or an event that explains a concept or process to readers, or um, it answers readers' questions about an issue. So the specific audience may be defined by age, gender, cultural background, education or socioeconomic level or profession or common values or interests or level of expertise on a subject. So, for example, an informational article on a scientific topic might um, intend for the general audiences or for trained audience. So moving on to talk about the main idea, the purpose of an audience. Go ahead and write this information down. I'm just going to explain the information. Um, so as a teacher, you will have to teach your students how to read literary text. Um, Teachers also have to teach students um, how to read informational text. So when you're teaching a student how to um, identify the main idea, the purpose, or the intended audience of an informational text, you'll find that it's important. It's an important part of a student's life. Um, Most of the reading that is done on a daily basis is informational reading. So authors have different reasons for why they write informational text. So for example, um, this study guide is anything that you read. You might read newspaper. It's an informational text, and you'll find that there are headings and subheadings in an informational text, and magazines or newspapers might have colorful sidebars that are meant to catch a reader's attention as they skim through the pages. So informational text can have a lot of different purposes and audiences. Subcompetency 2.4 tells the difference between, you have to be able to tell the difference between general statements and specific details that are presented in an informational text. So, talking about general and specific statements, general statements can be subjective thoughts about an idea, topic, or an issue. They can also introduce topics or ideas. and specific supporting details in informational text can claim, which are connected back to, can be claims that are connected back to general text, general statements that provide evidence of probability. So supporting details are often used by authors to explain further or expand or to develop the general main idea. So knowing how to comprehend the differences between general statements and supporting ideas can help students get the desired information really quickly. And then moving on to competency number 2.5, it is you have to assess the relevance and importance of and the sufficiency of evidence, examples, and reasons that are provided to explain a concept or a process presented in an informational text. So go ahead, I'll give you a little bit of time to look through this slide as I explain what is happening. So when you are able to interpret, analyze, and read informational text, you're able to do something that is really important. That's a really important skill to have. So knowing how to assess the relevance, the importance, and sufficiency of evidence in informational text is also really important. So once the desired information is unpacked, you'll have to know how to validate the information. So so when you're evaluating evidence, you will often have to do a research project or a paper assignment that you'll have to create reference pages or works cited. References and resources can be found really quickly, but you have to ask yourself, are they valid? So, in other words, being able to understand the reliability and of a source is important, is an important part of being able to teach your students how to use informational text. So you'll find also we're talking about sufficient evidence, and you'll find that even some online encyclopedias might provide the fastest results when seeking specific data, but they might not always be reliable. So, all right, so we've moved on to subcompetency 6, which is to assess the credibility, objectivity, and reliability of various sources used in an informational text. So, like, subscribe, share this. I hope that this has been helpful to those who are studying for the Ohio Assessment for Educators for the English Language Arts, number 20. Thank you, and I shall return.